with another episode of the Three Devils podcast, brought to you by myself, Paul Hayes, Barraquette, and James Hayes. When Ruben Amorim was officially sacked, we tied Burnley 2-2, which we'll get into more specifics. Obviously, we went back to a flat back four, which we were all expecting. And we also want to highlight Sesko, who scored two big goals. So a lot going on this week, especially with the Brighton game this upcoming week. But no, honestly, a lot to unravel, a lot to talk about. I kind of want to go down my 1 minute rant about the Burnley game really quick before I give you guys the floor. I mean, obviously, forget projects, forget managers, who we're going to be bringing in, forget interim managers. I think at the end of the day, we're Man United, or at least we are we're somewhat Man United. We should be beating this team day in and day out. I mean, I think we're unlucky not to go on and win the game. Couple bright moments though. Obviously, Sesko gets two on the board. Couple great chances by the youngster Shea Lacey. But let's just get straight into it. Let's talk Burnley. James, I mean, I feel like I kind of hit everything already, but I mean, we tied another relegation battle team, or a team that's likely to be relegated this year. So I mean,
Yeah. No, what you said. Barca, what do you think? I'm just kidding. No, it was a good, I mean, I think we all knew it wasn't no surprise that he was going to move back to a four in the back. 4-2-3-1. Couple weird decisions towards the end of the game, but I guess like just thinking positive, we got to see some bright moments from Shea Lacey. He came on a couple games earlier. I think I can't remember which game it was, and he didn't really have. Oh, it was Aston Villa. He came on against Aston Villa, but that was a really hard game to come into, so didn't really get a lot of action on the ball. But smacks the crossbar. I thought we were looking at like the next young prodigy of Man United, and he looks like a real athletic player, brave on the ball. Even at the end, he took not a wild shot, but like a shot where like you have no business taking that, but it wasn't too far off. So now seeing him get on the field, get minutes, I would expect to see him on the bench this weekend, and yeah, it'd be cool to see him get on the field again. But definitely an exciting player. Got to see some players get back into the frame. Bruno on the field is always a good thing. Lamens came up with some really big saves. But no, yeah, I mean, obviously a game that we should be winning. But I mean, that's how many times have we said that this season? Must win game, and just we can't get the game over the line.
Barraquette, another 3 point or 2 points missed on this. I mean, how many times this year have we've just dropped points? Wolves, Everton, West Ham, Bournemouth. Now we're looking at a Burnley team that we beat by the skin of our teeth the last time we played them at Old Trafford. But I mean, another opportunity to go 3 points above, and other teams lost this past weekend. Chelsea lost to Fulham. We could have leapfrogged them, So thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. I think again, like I think when we had this right earlier on, I remember getting on the call, and when we were talking about it, I was like, well, we have 4 games, and then I feel like we're gonna win out of the 4, like 3 of them. I was like confident in those, at least the Burnley game and the Wolves game. I was like, there's no way we're gonna miss points on these, as in like I thought we were gonna take all 6 points at least for those 2 games. But honestly, and all in all, seeing the younger players, I mean, Lacey, like you mentioned, he's like inspirational. I mean, going in, and that's the kind of player we needed, I felt like. And I hate to admit it, but Garnacho was something like that, right? He's just like very forward kind of player. So it's good. It's good to see that there's a youth player coming in and like saying, "Hey, man, like it doesn't matter. This is my first senior game or second senior game, whatever it is. But I'm just gonna make things happen." And really nice to see him just do what needs to be done and like not worry about like what anybody thinks. I mean, taking a shot from where he was shooting from, it tells you everything about the kid's confidence. So we need players like that, and it's great to see him doing those things. And hopefully, like he will have a bright future. Really, I mean, players like that, we just need to like really protect, right?
Right.
Like Heaven, Manu wouldn't really protect, to be honest with you, but like we just need to protect them and until they're ready for us to put them in position where they're successful. We've seen it before where a young player comes in, we give him a big contract, and then everything gets kind of on him, and then it becomes like a mess. So hoping to see more of him. But in general, though, like the loss was unfortunate. I mean, like the first goal was just like unlucky, ricochet from Heaven's foot and just went right over the goalkeeper. Like just I'm sure there are things led up to that, but like honestly, that was just an unlucky goal. Nobody could have saved that, so I'm not too mad about it. Goal is a problem, but in general, I thought we did okay, but again, not acceptable for our level and the team that we just played.
Right.
No, agreed. I think, yeah, like you said, like Shea Lacey, obviously a good confidence to shoot a ball where he really has no business shooting that, but he took it on with it. I mean, to have a shot from there, it shows you the confidence he has. He kind of moves like Phil Foden, right? I don't know if you got
Yeah,
that
yeah,
The way he moves, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Real
yes.
skinny.
Um,
Yeah, no. I know what you're
I'd
saying.
love
Technical.
to
Yeah,
love to see him get an opportunity this weekend. I mean, I know
yeah,
typically with FA Cup fixtures, they
yeah.
have a tendency to play more of the reserves or give younger talents an opportunity. Obviously, we're playing against a good Brighton team who just tied City 1-1. So I expect Darren Fletcher to play a very, very strong team with the options of the subs or the players that are coming back. But just to stay on the Burnley game, like you said, James, it was good to see Bruno come on. I know we spoke a little bit about this after the game. I think his minutes were definitely going to be monitored, and Fletcher spoke about that after the game, where he was like 45 minutes for sure. 60 minutes, that's when you're probably coming off. So it was expected, and I think as from the fan base, we were understanding of that. But I think it kind of reminds me of Ruben Amorim, where he would just sub players off. Like, why are you taking them off? I'm not talking about Bruno right now. I'm talking about Cunha. I think Cunha, like,
Mhm.
I don't know why we took him off. I know he didn't really have that much of an influence in the game, but he's a big game player, and you leave players like that on the field for 90 minutes. Like they may not be playing well for 88 minutes out of the game, but 2 minutes where they give you that spark or that burst down the field or they just create something. That's where I was just kind of iffy. Like, why did we take him off? And I think Xerxes. I don't really think he did too much on the field. He certainly didn't have the same effect that he had against Leeds, but that was the only critique that I would have of like the coaching staff. But I mean, overall, I mean, obviously, I mean, you said it, Barry. You said obviously it's disappointing to lose. It was a tie, but it certainly felt like a loss. Again,
It feels like a
point
loss. Yeah.
it's points dropped, and I think that's just something we've been harping on like the whole season, which is the frustrating part. But I mean, again, we knew that he was going to go back to a 4-5-1, 4-3-3. Sesko looked a little bit more comfortable in the second half. It was great to see him get a brace, and I was hoping he'd nick a hat trick towards the end. Um, I don't know. What were your thoughts on the first half, James? Because there were a couple moments where it's just like he got the ball in good areas. He hit specifically 1v1 where it just looked like it was just a lack of confidence. So surely he'll be going into this next game or next two games with a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, yeah, it's the same story, though. I mean, he just looks, there's moments where he looks like you can see the player, and then there's just some moments where it just looks really weak. And it's like, you're a big kid. You gotta, like, throw your body around, and you're not gonna get the respect from from the center backs, certainly. But I mean, yeah, we're Man United. We play with a target on our back, and yeah, he's definitely, I think, someone that center backs will look at and say, I can get inside this kid's head. I
Mm-hmm.
can throw him all. And yeah, he's got to find a way to kind of cope with it and move on. Like I said, he's got the physical attributes. You can certainly see with like the finishing, like that second finish he had, like he just,
All is world
I don't know if he
class.
purposely did that, but he just guided that towards the far
Yeah.
post. Really,
No.
really two really good goals. And he should be confident. But yeah, just play with that chip on your shoulder. I mean, I think everyone's highlighting the movement. It's still not enough, though. Like
Yeah.
he's played a good amount this season. It's not like that's his first game. So yeah, take it on the chin, be confident with this game, but move on, and yeah, try and build off that. But I think we'd like to all see him play with just a little bit more of a chip on his shoulder, bang into center backs, hold the ball up, yeah, get a yellow card, and just be a real rough number 9. But we can see he can, yeah, he's got the ability, but he's just got to get his. We want to see more confidence.
Yeah, and Barricade, I know that pass from Bruno was a very simple pass, but it was a great ball to just split two defenders or just break that defensive line. It was easy finish by Sesko. But how much have we been missing him, man? Honestly, like it
Yeah.
kind of begs the question, like if he's been here the past 3 games, would someone like Ruben Amorim still be in the job? Would he still be within a job? We miss Bruno so much, and he
Yeah.
comes up with a brilliant moment like that. Like, talk about that, man.
Yeah, I mean, what's special about Bruno, as we all know, as Man United fans, that he makes things look so simple, even the most honestly complicated things. If you think about it, when you watch that pass, it looks so simple, right? He just passed
Yeah,
the ball down the line, just whatever. But like, if you think about, he had to read the fact that Shesko was going to make that run, right? He had to make that perfect pass, and it cannot be too hard or too soft, right? It has to be a perfect pass.
Mhm.
So yeah, we definitely miss Bruno. I hate to say it, but we have a hard time without him. It's just a fact of the matter. I know we won one game without him, but you can tell we have a hard time as far as creativity goes. Without him, we really can't create that much. And it's
Yeah,
again, good thing that we have him, but and then also like scary thing to think about for the future. Like who we gonna like Bruno leaves or Bruno gets injured again. Like what are we gonna do? And we have to look back into our youth players or maybe sign a different whatever it might be that we need to figure out. I know Manu's fit to take over when needed, but he's not Bruno's level to be. Let's be honest. So it will just be a difficult thing. But going back to like even like for Sheshko specifically, like that goal he scored was the first time I've seen him actually put his body through between defenders and like really dominate, right? With his strength. And I think if he keeps doing that, he's gonna score hundreds of goals. I'm telling you right
Mhm.
now. It's just that
That's
he
a
he
hot take,
hasn't
bro.
he
I love
hasn't
that.
he
I love
hasn't
that energy,
really
Barricade.
no, for real. Like he hasn't really used his James used it said it perfect. It's like big boy. Like this is the Premier League. You need to play somewhat an asshole, excuse my French, but like it that's what we need. So it's good to see him. There was one shot he did like I think towards the end of like first half where he just like passed it to the goalkeeper. Like that tells you also like he's still missing a little bit of confidence. But we need him to be lethal. We need him to be aggressive. We need him to be annoyed when he's not getting the ball. So those are the things we need. But yeah, Bruno, honestly, shame on the people who said, "Oh, get rid of him this summer."
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. I still can't believe there are people who are Bruno out this summer. So
Paul, do you
Yeah.
obviously it
think?
shows we need him.
James.
Paul, do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
the Do you think the? I mean, I think you guys will agree that obviously with an interim, there's a little bit less pressure because it is an interim, but there's also that sense of like freedom. Do you think? Would you like to see the new interim play Bruno in that number 10 role?
Oh,
And because I mean, they're going to
yeah.
move to a 3 in the middle. It looks like.
Yeah.
Do you want to
No,
play?
well, you asked the question I wanted to like kind of talk to you guys about. Like, this is life after Ruben Amorim, and I know we're gonna be bringing up Ruben Amorim in every podcast that we do, just because I mean it's weird. It's like the middle of the season. He finished right off of fifth place, but it, we're talking about life after Ruben Amorim. Whereas Bruno was playing a deeper role. You know what I mean? And he was still creating chances. Now just picture him higher up the field as that number 10 in the final third, where he can be even more riskier when he's already playing with risk as a number 6 or number 8. You know what I mean?
Number yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I think pushing him higher up the field. I think we're gonna be creating a lot more opportunities. We're gonna be creating more goals and chances. But I think with the new interim manager, whether it looks like it's gonna be whoever it is, whether it's Darren Fletcher the rest of the season, I think he'll definitely be playing as that number 10, and I'd like to think we're going to carve out a lot more chances. Sesko will get more opportunities to score, and it does look like we're going to be bringing back Ollie, potentially Michael Carrick. I believe Johnny Evans is back at the club right now,
Yep.
in the backroom staff. So I think Darren Fletcher will definitely be starting him as that number 10. And just because we're talking about the midfield, I think Casemiro looked okay in the Burnley game, but honestly, I think Ugarte is looking a lot sharper. And James, we spoke about this,
Yeah,
bro. Like, it's not a coincidence. He's getting playing time. Like, it's one thing to be training, like, in the practices, playing well. Like, you're not gonna show your strengths in the game. Like, you got to get game time, like actual minutes, to build up that confidence and start playing well. And he's playing well. He's kind of playing like towards the end of last season, where he looked, well, maybe not towards the end of last season, but we're starting to see that Ugarte that we want to see, like that killer in the middle of the field,
yeah.
just break up
No,
the
there
play and
were
whatnot.
flashes, and he played with a little bit of sense of urgency, and even just like carrying the ball, there was just like you could just tell like he's slowly acclimating to speed of play. Granted, it's Burnley, really
Mhm.
honestly a very weak team. Um, but yeah, he looked good, I thought. Um, no, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do in the middle. I'm sure they're gonna put Manu in as soon as they can, but I would like to see like a Casemiro Manu combination, maybe with Bruno in front of them. Um, but yeah, Manu hasn't gotten a lot of time this season, so he's gonna have to slowly integrate himself into the squad so
Mhm.
they don't re-injure him and then he's sitting out for a longer time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you
I
say
think.
that. I don't see him starting for a while. I don't know what you
Yeah, I
think.
don't think so. But I mean, any interim that comes in, they're gonna want to get him uh, back into the team. And I mean, like we are United. We all have a really rich history of you know our academy players, and yeah, not too long ago, this guy was being hailed as like the future of our generation and playing in a Euro final. So yeah, any coach who comes in, and it seems like we know who it is. It's just not been signed yet. They're gonna do their best to just reintegrate him into the squad. I mean, I'm curious to see if he could play in that number 10 role. I mean, because
Yeah.
I don't know if he has the legs to run box to box or he's a good player, but I'm curious to see. I mean, his best moments in United shirt have always been in the attacking third. It's never
Yeah.
been like, yeah, of
Mhm.
course he's a good player in tight spaces. He can get on the ball. He can break lines, dribbling, but he's not like that physical warrior. He's not like that guy who's gonna dominate the midfield. He's never really been that. He's never had moments like that. All of his best moments, like I said, have been in and around the attacking third, in and around the 18-yard box.
Mhm. So James, you're
Yeah.
saying when Bruno and Mano are on the field at the same time, you would drop Bruno back and then
I
have
would drop.
Manu
Yeah.
go a little forward. Yeah, I think that's spot on. I really do agree with that because Bruno just offers us more. Like he's so flexible, man. You can put him more defensive, he will do it. More offensive, he will do it. I mean, how many times do we see Bruno drift to the wing? And some of his best moments, Bruno, when he drifted to the wing, and a lot of times it happens where he just doesn't occupy one space or another, and now that's what makes him hard to defend. Even I mean, you don't know where he's gonna be. I mean, if you think about it, like we had a player by the name of Wayne Rooney, where you never know where he's gonna be. Like he's gonna be forward, he's gonna be on the wing, he's gonna be centered in the middle.
Who's
Like he's
that?
kind of floating. Wayne Rooney towards the end of. I thought you didn't hear me. I was like,
He said that so seriously.
I was like, you know the guy. But yeah,
Never
towards
met the
the end of
bloke.
his career, good guy. Towards the end of his career at United, if you remember, like I remember like people saying like, what position does he play? Like, because he's like, you never know where he's gonna be, and it in a weird way, as much as it is not uniform, it kind of brings chaos, right? Think about defending Wayne Rooney, trying to defend him, and he's on the wing, and you're like, do I go to the wing with him or do I leave it? Like, what do we do? Like, it kind of brings chaos that we might need in the middle of the field. And then we have players like Casemiro who can hold down the middle of the field. So I think the combination of those three will be honestly crucial for us. But yeah, again, I really do think that we left out 2 points on this game. We took a point, but I think we could have used the 2 points for us to propel us to what, fourth place, I believe. Um, or fifth place, time fifth
Mm.
place. Either way, we could have
Yeah.
used these points. What really pisses me off is the fact that if we have won half of these games that we tied, we would have been on third place
Yeah, it'd be in
comfortably.
a really
Like
good spot.
that's just a sad thing to know, and
We would be
to know
we
the
would be
fact that
ahead of
these are
Liverpool right
games.
now.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
like, are we gonna go tie another game? Like, I don't know. I mean, we have City next, so that's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting. We tend to perform well against bigger teams. I understand that, but City is having a good run. I mean, they just won 9-0, and I mean, mind you, they played a crappy team, in FA Cup. But again, like, I think that's the game. I was like, that's the game I thought we were gonna share a point or at least lose a point. But you know, the games how we should have gotten a point out of losing is a bit concerning to say the least. But again, it's gonna depend on the manager we're gonna be bringing in. All I can say is if we bring in Ole, we're gonna have a very, very, very exciting team. That's just a fact. I
I don't know
I
about that, brother. I
I
mean,
think we're gonna.
I think you got to remember when. No,
So
I mean when
You
Solskjaer.
don't think
Sorry,
so?
sorry, bro. Solskjaer came in. He had Pogba. He had Rashford. He had
Martial.
Bruno. I mean Martial. This team is very weak. Yeah, we're getting players back right now, but I think any interim that comes in, they if Ole comes in and he gets us in top four with this current squad, I'd say
Yeah,
give him a contract because that would show his
give him the bonus.
no, but I'm being serious. I mean, I would say give him a contract because
Yeah,
he's doing he's doing an impossible job. Like he'd be doing an impossible job, and that would show his growth as a manager. But
yeah,
again, I don't know. I mean, this team is just very weak right now,
yeah.
lacking
No,
confidence. And
yeah, yeah.
Who from
Good
this
point.
team? Who from this team do you guys see being here next year for sure? Whoever the manager is, who do you see from our last lineup? We'll all go down the line. Do we see Lisandro Martinez being here? Yes or no?
Yes.
yes, I mean, yeah,
Luke Shaw.
I mean, if
Luke
when
Shaw.
he's
It's just
fit, yeah,
yes or no. Yes or no. It's Luke
I,
Shaw. You see
No.
him being here? Like
Yeah.
what do you say,
I
I
Bracket?
don't. I don't see him staying. I think they're gonna let him go.
Aiden
I'd say yes.
Aiden Heaven.
Yes,
Yes.
he's
Yes.
staying.
Diego Dallo. No.
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 He's been a good servant, but no. Sorry, like it's just too
Damn, bro,
wish
you
washy.
thought this guy's
Ugarte.
No.
nah.
No. Casemiro.
No.
No, I don't think
No.
so.
There's no shot.
Bruno Fernandes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Cunha. Yes.
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 Zirkzee.
Obviously.
Zirkzee. No,
No.
No.
for me. And Sesko. I think we have to say yes because we just signed him.
Yeah.
But if we're
Yeah.
going based off of form, we say no, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we just named out of 11 players, we said 4 yes. I don't know if we said 10 11s, but we can build them into that. So
Yeah.
4 players. You know, granted, we're missing we're missing Embuemo, we're missing
Yeah.
Ahmad,
Ahmad.
but still that only adds 2 more players. We're missing Delit, so that's 7 or 8
Yeah.
players now. So 8 players for sure. Yes, we want on our team. So,
Yeah.
like you said, James, if Ollie does, it looks like Solskjaer's gonna be brought back in. If he's brought back in and he gets us into 4th and 3rd place with this team that we just said who we take back for sure next year, I feel like they're gonna offer him a contract, and it kind of proves like he's taking a very bad squad and he's putting them into a Champions League spot. You know?
Yeah, it would show his ability as a manager. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, when he went back, the mood was so down, and he brought that positivity back.
Yeah.
We had really good run, couple really good moments. Some players really picked it up, and I mean, he did a really good job steadying the ship. At some point, he either needed more power in the transfer market, or they should have just said, "Hey, thank you for your service. We're going to move on with it to an elite manager thank you for steadying the ship. And they didn't get that right. I mean, there's a lot of different. We can talk about that in another podcast. You know, we can spend hours talking about that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know if you guys agree, but I genuinely believe if he can get a top four finish, and you might need just fifth place at this point, with the new finishing in for Champions League. But if he can get a top four finish with this current squad and where we're at with all the noise, and it's been made pretty clear they're not going to get any signings this winter. No one, big.
Right.
I would say give him the job.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, James. I do agree with you. I think he'll be doing a miracle for us to get us top
Yeah, it'd
four.
be a
So
miracle.
yeah. So it will be 100% for consideration to sign him for, I don't know, however long contract they want to give him, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. However, I really feel like also on top of that, players did respect him, at the ground. I feel like he's a very respected person. So we gotta talk about the personality too. As much as we want to talk about like the tactics and all that stuff, is this manager's gonna come in and galvanize everybody and kind of let's go, right? Is he going to be that guy, or is he going to be the guy who we want to get rid of right away? We get because nobody likes him, or the locker room, he lost the locker room, whatever it might be. And I feel like we're not going to experience that with him. He seems like a very likable guy, and he was, at least in the first term he did. So yeah, I think that's the other plus about him, is the fact that he is a Man United legend, respected by everybody. Players will probably respect him, and I think he's going to bring that positive vibe that he had last time around. And I think that in return is gonna help him to focus on the work rather than disciplining players. I think a lot of times, like, Ruben had to deal with disciplining players, right? Ten Hag had to deal with disciplining players because we have players who are doing their own thing, or they think they're playing at different club, not at United, right? And they were, doing things that they shouldn't be doing at United. And he wastes, like, there was so much outside of the locker room that was taking away from our performance and what he needs to do, the manager. So I believe he doesn't have to deal with that as much, because we have very good core group of players right now who have been cleaned out by Ruben, who did really good job, really getting rid of cancer. I mean, think about if Guanacho was on the team still, or Sancho was still on the team. He would have had to deal with that. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. So
No,
tomorrow's
again,
FA Cup
it
game, boys.
looks. Yeah.
Sorry.
Got Brighton tomorrow. Obviously, they're coming off of a good result against City, where they tied 1-1 at the Etihad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting game. Brighton are a good team. We obviously beat them earlier in the season, and that was one of our better wins, and we were able to get 4+ goals in that. So
Yeah.
I think we got 4 goals. I can't remember off the top of my head, but no, this is going to be a very good Brighton team, and I think on paper, when you're looking at the team and you're just comparing it by the teams, they probably beat us. You know what I mean? Just because where they
Yeah.
are right now, and just the consistency they've had for the past season and going into this season, they play a good brand of football. So I mean, it's going to be a tough result. Obviously, I'd love to see us go make another have a good FA Cup run. I mean, I think it'd be good for us fans, to have something to look forward to being in a cup run.
Yeah.
But it starts with Brighton. I think it's gonna be a close game. Personally, I just don't know if we have what it takes. I mean, I know we're having certain players come back. It doesn't look, obviously, Mbuemo won't be back until the City game, but I think it's going to be a very similar lineup to the way we started against Burnley.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have a lot of squad depth on the bench. I'm hoping Bruno will kind of play a little bit more, hopefully 75 minutes to full 90. He's had
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 days of rest, so but it's going to be a similar lineup, maybe with the exception of someone like Shea Lacey starting and them taking off, I don't know, maybe a Patrick Dorgu or somebody else.
Yeah.
On the
No,
wing.
I mean, that's a good point, Paul. I mean, Dorgu, I mean, you can just tell he's trying. He's playing in a further position. He's being asked to do things that probably hasn't had to do in a while. Attacking defenders in 1v1 situations. Again, like just to Barracket's point, we got to nurture this kid. But it would be cool to see this guy Lacey play against Brighton.
Yeah.
I mean, for 10 minutes he was so bright, 15 minutes, whatever it was. But if we can get him like a half game, just get him the ball, let him do his thing. No, that would be exciting.
And again,
I personally would like to see Seshko sacrificed and throw Cunha up at striker.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And I know Mason Mount will be back. He started against Burnley, right?
Yeah.
No, he
I
came
can't
on.
remember.
He came on, I think, as a sub.
He came on for Bruno.
Gotcha. No, so I mean, it'd be nice to see maybe Cunha start, but obviously you want to keep that that confidence going. Again, I think like our general consensus we've spoken a lot about Shea Lacey in this pod. I think what we liked about it was, one, he's an academy product. Two, he had the swagger about him to have two real goal efforts created just by
He's
himself.
direct,
And
man. He's
it's just
Direct.
yeah, he's direct. He's obviously a good talent, and he's 18 years old. Obviously, they've got to nurture him, but by no means should any Man United fan be putting pressure on him, saying, "Oh, we gotta start him. We gotta start him." Like he'll get his minutes.
Yeah.
Is he
Especially with
18 or is he young?
I think he might be a little younger, but
Yeah,
again,
I think
we're
he's
missing
younger
a
than
lot
him.
of players right now. We're missing a lot of squad depth. So I think that's why we
Hey,
are urging to see him
man,
play.
I think the big thing, the one of the things that I missed about Ruben is the fact that he always said, like, I'm gonna put the best 11, like it doesn't matter. So I think that's how we should approach
Yeah,
it here too. If Lacey is the better, like when we look at the players based on trainings, whatever, if he's the better player, just put him on. Who cares? I mean, he's there. Just put him on. Why not?
yeah.
We're not gonna lose. We're not gonna let. If he doesn't do too well the first 15 minutes, we can sub him off. He's an academy player. I'm sure he'll be ecstatic to play 10 minutes. So no matter what, we just put him on. And I think, again, I've said this earlier. I don't want to go
What are you
back to it,
smoking?
but I felt like he's a player from what I saw is like, hey man, I got like 10 minutes or whatever. I'm in this game. I'm gonna make the best out of it. And that's what we need. Like we need that. We need a player who says like, I have 5 minutes, I'm gonna make the best out of this and see what happens. And no pressure, whatever. I have nothing to lose, right? I'm not put in to change the game, right? So we need to give him the green light and say, hey man, do what you need to do. Whatever you were doing last game, do it. I mean, he is like combination of Phil Foden and with the striking of Greenwood. I see a lot of Greenwood similarity, the way
Take
he
it
hits the
easy,
ball.
bro.
No, I'm being honest.
Take it
He
easy.
has the combination of those two. So really, really exciting. Hopefully we'll win this game. FA Cup I would say is probably personally that's my favorite competition. So I hopefully we go further than this, and let's see if we even bring in a trophy. Who knows? Why not?
Yeah, for real. Score predictions, guys.
Oof.
Barca, you can go first. Ladies first.
James, go. I want to hear your prediction first.
All right, Paul, you go. I want to hear you. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely think we're definitely concede a goal. I'm gonna say 2-2. We go to penalties. And we win.
Win over penalties. That's good.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna
I
be
think we're gonna.
2-1
I think
in overtime.
2.
I think
Okay.
we're gonna go OT 2-1. I think it'll be 1-1, and I think we'll just get it 2-1.
Yeah. I think we're gonna win 1-0.
1-0. It's
I
the
think
one
we're
thing
gonna
that
win
worries me. We
1-0.
don't keep enough clean
It's
sheets.
gonna go
But
0-0 for a while, and I think we're just gonna bang a goal and end it.
I think Pascal Gross is gonna score against us. I don't know if you guys saw. He went back to Brighton.
I did. Yeah, I did.
And
I
he's got a
tried
good
getting him
goal
for
record against
fantasy.
us.
Yeah.
Hey, the last question, I think this is a good way to wrap up. Do you think we'll have an interim manager by Monday? Do you think this will be sorted? Do you think this is Darren Fletcher's last game as the head coach?
I think something will be announced. I wouldn't be surprised if something's announced tomorrow. and I wouldn't be surprised if we see whoever is going to be the caretaker for the rest of the season in the what's it called, the hospitality box. I guarantee someone's going to be there tomorrow.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think we're gonna announce whoever's taking over ASAP by probably the end of the game tomorrow. We'll probably know. I think.
Yeah, I
Because
think it'll be Monday
the
morning
longer
first.
the yeah, it could be. But what I'm saying is the longer we take to finalize this, I think the more unknown, and I don't think that's good for the club. I don't think it's good for the players. So the more we kind of get on it and find out who's going to be taking over, the better in general. So we'll see.
No, yeah. I think that's a good segue to wrap it up. I think one last thing I want to say, we didn't say this last podcast, but I think from the bottom of our hearts, we do thank Ruben Amorim for his service at United. I mean, it didn't go the way that we expected, but he did bring some really good memories in our life, whether it was Lyon at home with that crazy scoreline to us beating Liverpool for the first time in over a decade this season. But obviously, we wish Ruben Amorim the best, and hopefully, Ineos and the board can get this new intern or get whoever's going to finish out the season, whether it's Darren Fletcher, whether it's bringing in Solskjaer, and ultimately, can we bring in a world class manager to get us back to winning ways, or just get the club organized in some capacity? That's all we ask for. So no, I think that's a good way to segue. Obviously, Brighton
Yeah.
tomorrow, 11:30 kickoff from East Coast and States. Boys, any last little bits before we log off?
Yeah.
Cool.
No. Thanks, Ruben.
All right.
We'll miss you.
yeah, you can Venmo me if you want. I know you got a nice payout.
Yeah. Share that 10 mil.
The least you could do is buy us a drink at our favorite pub, right?
Yeah, fine. Why not?
All right, guys.
Why not? All right, boys.
All right.